48 hours after the breakout of the weekend attacks in Kasese, Bundibujo and Ntoroko districts, the death toll has risen to over 70. 22 guns still missing, 80 people arrested as suspects, and approximately 100 families are locked up in their homes without access to food and water. The most at risk are women and children, as the manhunt for suspected thugs raining terror on innocent minority Bamba, Banyabindi and Basongora-speaking tribes rages on. By press time, UPDF soldiers and police officers were still battling with the suspected Bakonzo youth to have Bundibujo town secured. In the raging fire, the resident district commissioner of Bundibujo district, Pius Mujusi, was shot on the leg.
But he was not shot by the rebels, or maybe the enemy. Sources will reveal exactly the consequences, I mean the factors that led him into that being shot. But I'm told he was inspecting, and the soldiers did not understand him well. So they shot in the leg, and they are handling.
In spite of the continuing fighting with dead bodies laying in the streets of Bundibujo town, the question that remains is, who are the people behind the ethnic clashes that have seen both civilians and government-situated personnel killed?
Minister of the Kingdom of the Singawa Renzururu, Mr. Jeremiah Mutoro, who has been instigating the violence and who has been pushing these boys into bad ideologies of hatred and enmity. And then the other one is Mr. Acrobat Kiza, who has been directly funding and mobilizing and giving support to these people's cause. And some of them have been hosting them for a training of almost 2 months.
The Bakonzo youth wreaking havoc on the Bamba, Banyabindi and Basongora-speaking minority groups are reported to be in possession of machetes, spears, bows and arrows, as well as guns they allegedly obtained from the numerous raids they made on police and army barracks. What is surprising many is the military skills shown by the attackers.
Suspected areas of up there in the mountains in Muchama is in Bukangama, up there on top of the hill. And I'm told it is a place which is comfortable. Most of the people have been training there. The ADF trained there. Even the NRM, when the NRM was coming in, the NRA soldiers stayed there. They even went to an extent of hiring a witch doctor to smear them oil and cut their body and put medicine there to make them strong resistant to any bullet, any knife, any spear. And that thing got into them, their brains.
Parliament will only reach a joint position when plenary opens on Tuesday, but individual members express mixed reactions over the incident.
I don't believe that members of the kingdom can really attack the policemen and even overpower them. So I believe government must work hard. Infiltrators can use that opportunity, can use that advantage to disorganize the peace that we have in that region.
These are the areas where the ADF have been hiding. Now that there are misunderstandings between the tribes, anything can happen. My appeal as a member of parliament is for the government to do thorough investigation and tell the people.
The suspicion is, why is it along the borders? And if you talk about Bundibujo and Kasese, those of course districts which border us with the Democratic Republic of Congo, and also in line with the record which we have had in those areas. Of course, it may put a lot of questions to be asked.
The attacks will lead on the floor of Parliament on Tuesday this week, with legislators demanding for confirmation from government whether the Bakonzo youth suspected of the attacks